shot me, bang bang, she shot me, bang bang, she shot me, bang bang, she shot me, bang bang.
Hammond, recast does nothing. You engage, Hammond, you idiot! You've reversed into the sports lorry!
Tonight, I play tennis. Richard points at a minibus. And James shakes hands with two men. Richard minces round a corner, and James describes.
Good morning, Beaumont High School. I'm Nadia.
And I'm Ren. Thank you for tuning into your school news.
Let's kick things off with a few important updates. AP testing started yesterday, May 4th, and continues over the next few weeks.
So if you're taking exams, make sure you're prepared, on time, and ready to do your best.
Seniors, keep an eye out on your school email. Senior Award Night invitations will be sent out by noon, May 14th.
If you're invited as an awardee, you'll get details when to arrive, what to wear, and remember, gown only, no caps.
Parents will also receive invitations through the email listed in Aries, so make sure that information is up to date.
And don't forget, anyone can attend as a guest, but seating is first come, first serve, so plan ahead.
Also, seniors, don't miss out on a great opportunity. MJ Barber and Beauty Academy will be on campus May 7th during second period.
If you're interested in careers like cosmetology, barbering, or skincare, make sure to sign up by May 6th.
That's all for your quick updates.
Now let's get into today's segments.
Hey Everypony, the deadline for Link Cruise signups were extended to April 30th. As of right now, signups are no longer available. But if you're interested and you are a sophomore, make sure to check it out to look for next year's dates.
And as always, if you have any questions, you can email Mrs. Soto or stop by her classroom in H212.
So if you want to make an impact on campus for future scholars or even just need some fun, make sure to check it out.
And we'll see you right after this.
Hey Ren, what's culinary been up to lately?
I have no idea.
I've been wondering what they've been doing. Sounds like a lot of fun though.
I think they deserve their new segment this week.
I think they do. So let's go check it out.
My favorite part about this class is the friendships we make along the way. It's very, you meet a lot of people you wouldn't normally talk to other than in this class. And I think you also build a strong bond because there's a lot of trust that goes into culinary, especially in advance since we do a lot of caterings and stuff. Being able to trust each other about like getting their stuff done and just helping each other along the way as well. The coolest thing we made so far, I think, is flan for me personally, because I think having to find that recipe on my own and doing that, testing the recipe and making sure it has all the aspects of flan, and flan on itself is really hard to make. So being able to find that recipe on my own, well, obviously with the advice of the culinary advisors, but that one probably. I think the coolest thing we've made so far, I would honestly say the pizzas that we made in intro, because I never made my own dough before, and like that was pretty cool. And then we got to eat after.
My favorite part about this class is probably being able to be like my own leader in a way, because like everybody in the class is like in charge of like certain food groups in the class, and we kind of have like free will to do whatever. I think the coolest thing that I made was probably helping out with like the strawberry pound cake cups. Those were really good and they looked really cute.
I think people should go into culinary because it gives you like real life experiences, especially being in advance. Even if you're trying to go, like if you're trying to go into the culinary world like after high school, or even if you're not, it just gives you some really cool experiences and you can like kind of show off. So that's kind of cool too.
This year, we have shown many segments about our several bands on campus.
Whether it be the drumline or student-made ones like After Hours.
One more to add is our orchestra.
This is where all the classical instruments are, so let's show them.
Being in band in high school teaches you, I found this myself, it teaches us how to work together, and it teaches us how to make art together and to collaborate with each other for kind of like a greater purpose.
So I began orchestra in my sophomore year. Orchestra has just changed me for the better. I feel so close with everyone here. Like I feel like they're like my own family.
Honestly, it got me more intrigued and it's a fun experience. You can see what it was like as like in the old times where they had different instruments and how people would play back in the days versus now it's more like we're gonna play more hip hop, less classical into it.
So yeah, since like we're a small class, barely of 9-10 people, we really get along.
This last fall, I had to be section leader for the flute section and marching band, and it was my first time being an actual section leader. I've definitely had to learn how to make sure they keep on track of what they're supposed to do without being a hypocrite myself or without being overly mean and aggressive.
Because when you're playing in an orchestra or in music, it's not just about yourself. It's about what your part is and how it correlates and balances with the others. So it's helped me realize that I'm not the only one and I'm not, the most important thing.
I changed because of orchestra because I see different point of views of people doing a flute or a saxophone, but me, as in playing violin, it's not that hard to learn violin. If you just practice and practice more, it helps you see other people's point of view of how this one instrument might change your life.
Honestly, even if you aren't musically inclined, you can still get better. I don't think it takes any talent to play an instrument. All it takes is practice and hard work to play your instrument good. Just go for it, honestly. If you don't like it and it's not your thing, you can leave anytime. This is not a 4-year commitment or anything.
You could try it for a year and then you're done. But the school environment's a very easy way to kind of get into that and to maybe even make connections to community groups.
If you haven't played any instruments in your life, I would consider maybe doing orchestra. It's honestly a good experience for you learning new stuff.
You can build a lot of true friendships in here because you get to spend a lot of time with your classmates and then eventually they become your friends.
This week, the sport we're highlighting is softball.
Okay, so a bit of transparency here. We have been trying to do a softball segment for a while now. Hopefully this time we've got it.
Yeah, it's been a real swing and a miss with this segment.
Well, let's hit a home run this time and roll the clip.
I think what first drew me into this club is honestly just building a connection with people throughout our school and honestly just knowing that somebody has someone, if that makes sense, because not all people have friends or just someone to rely on, and so just joining this club, it's brought me a lot of bonds with people.
What drew me to join this club was just making sure that everyone feels like they belong and everyone knows that even if you're not super close with your link leader, that you still have someone you can turn to and you can talk to them.
How do I think it changed me as a person? Well, especially talking to more people and everything, it basically enhanced my communication skills, and then I just know how to talk to more people and more effectively.
So from when I first joined to now, I feel like I've changed a lot in a better way. I've learned how to talk more and go more out of my shell and talk to more people that I don't know or usually just wouldn't have talked to. Like, for example, as a junior, like, you don't really have a lot of not only opportunities, but you just don't really talk to freshmen that much because they're just on different grade levels, and you think, like, also obviously some people have pride and they just don't want to go over to them just to get to know them. And through this, you have to kind of overcome that pride and help them with their years in high school, and you just have to be like kind of like a mentor and help guide them. So through that, it helped you get to know other people more and also made you more mature in saying, like, overcoming the pride.
I would say what makes Link Crew unique to compared to other clubs is that instead of just like whoever's in the club is the only people that get to like interact with it, whereas like Link Crew, if you're in Link Crew, you're interacting with other people who aren't in Link Crew. So it's kind of like almost everyone on campus is involved through Link Crew, or you have been before, because it's when the upperclassmen connect with the underclassmen. So I think that's what makes it stand out, is that it's not like you're not just in Link Crew and those are like the only set people that get to participate in Link Crew. Like, no, all the freshmen get to also know what it's like to experience being with a Link leader.
Oh, yeah. So the best ways to get involved in the club are to go to the events, definitely show up to the meetings, and the most important thing to get involved with is like not every Tuesday, but whenever you have like that advisory day, to go to your freshman's class and to do that little activity with them to teach them like a life lesson of the day. You need to especially do that. That's the most important thing. And then the events, I would say, are the second more important thing, mostly because last year past year, we've had more events than meetings. So it's very beneficial in terms for the freshmen for you to be there. And the meetings are also just as important, but they're just more important so that you know what to do during those events. And
I think skills that, when joining Link Crew, skills that you can hope to improve or gain are definitely like being confident and being outgoing. I can definitely say that. Me personally, since I've joined Link Crew, I've noticed like I'm not scared of being embarrassed anymore. Like when I go into like, we all have like buddies like in Link Crew. So like if me and Bella were buddies, we would go to the same class. When I go with my Link leader to our freshman class, it's just like I'm not scared of like what they have to think about me. It's like I want them to feel comfortable with me. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm scared they're gonna judge me. Like I set that standard, so I have to be confident and I have to be like, not like I own this in a way, but in a way it's like I set the tone. So it definitely gives you that confidence and the way of being like outgoing, and it's like it's okay, like just take the lead in a way.
Usually meets in the mornings. It's about once a month. And the meetings run from about 15 to 30 minutes, so not that long.
Join Link Crew!
Hey guys, welcome back to the VHS broadcast. Today we have a surprise episode of Interview Sanity. Do you have any idea what this is?
No, I have no clue, but we're gonna find out.
I can see when it's recording. Do we have a good view? You wanna fight? Fisticuffs, mano y mano. There's like no people here today, Billy. Or are they all in there? Oh, they're all in there. Are they recording? No.
How's it sound? So, do you have a Valentine?
Can I have a second to think about my answer?
Okay.
No.
Okay. Do you want to make a confession to the whole school?
Yeah.
What is it?
I confess that I like Stater Brothers.
Is Stater Brothers your Valentine? Or are you asking Stater Brothers to be your Valentine?
Yeah.
Let's hope they say yes.
I was supposed to be cuddling with Bella, but never mind.
I was supposed to be cuddling with Jaylene.
What happened? Did anything, like, is that not happening anymore?
We're cousins.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think's going on over there?
Back to the Future.
I didn't know dinosaurs were still alive, did you?
Does that guy have a camera?
No, of course not. Why would a dinosaur have a camera?
Yo, wait, dude.
You guys need to see this, guys.
Final question. Well, it's not really a question, but is there any confession you want to make out loud in front of the whole school?
Any confession that I want to make to the school? Danny Bartista is my real cousin. Stop asking if he's my fake cousin.
Ace is gone for today. We had to get someone new. Yeah, this is Baconette. Sorry, we had to change out the other host for a new one, so yeah, this is Jack Bacon.
Control over the quantity part, kind of. Like, if they only give you 5 shots, you can only put in 5 shots. If they give you 5 shots and they all are shit.
I'm Ace Bacon, and you're watching.
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way. If I could kill it, I would. But I legally can't.
Before we let you go, let's quickly recap today's announcements.
AP testing is underway, so yesterday you should have begun, so stay focused, and good luck to everyone testing.
Seniors, check your email by May 14th for Senior Awards Night invitations and important event details.
Make sure your parents' email is correct in Aries, and remind them to check their spam folder just in case.
And don't forget, the MJ Barber and Beauty Academy presentation is happening May 7th during second period.
Sign up by May 6th if you're interested in learning more about careers in beauty and wellness.
That's all for today.
Thanks for watching. This is the BHS Broadcast signing off. Cooking, chefing.
Ooh, I'm
Oh,
cooking
yeah.
it. I'm cooking it.
Oh yeah, fry that, Autumn.
Spice.
Oh yeah.
Let me get a little bit.